As we continue our discussion about sending information to the printer, we will now focus on the graphics page. You set up a graphics page in memory and then send the page to the printer. The graphics page can contain strings of text as well as graphical elements. You'll recall that we have the print document control set up in the components tray. If I return to the code window, you'll note that I've added some code that we will discuss. You must specify the exact location on the graphics page for each element that you want to print. You can specify the upper left corner of any element by giving its X and Y coordinates or the horizontal and vertical positions as noted in the code provided to you. You can use multiple print document objects if you have more than one type of output or report. Each print document has its own print page event. You code the graphics commands to precisely print the page in each document's print page event procedure. The drawString method is used to send a line of text to the graphics page. The drawString method belongs to the graphics object of the print page event arguments. You refer back to the procedure header for the print page event in setting up the print output. The drawString method is said to be overloaded, which means that there are several forms for calling the method. The form presented here is the least complicated and requires the page coordinates to be given in the XY format. You supply the arguments of the drawString method. What to print in this case, a literal is being printed. Text to be printed. This also could be a variable or some other data. You note that if you're printing a literal, it is enclosed in quotation marks. But as I said, this could just as easily be a variable or some other data. You also specify the font and what color through the brushes object. Before you execute the drawString method, you should set up the font that you want to use and the X and Y coordinates. For each line you want to print, you must specify the X and Y coordinates. It is helpful to set up some variables for setting these values, which you can see that I've done here in this example. The print page event arguments have had several useful properties such as the margin bounds and page settings. You can use these properties to determine the present settings. For example, you may want to set the X coordinate to the current left margin and the Y coordinate to the top margin. You could do so with the following code. Here I have the horizontal print position being set equal to e.marginbounds.left. And I also have the vertical print position set equal to the e.marginbounds.top. This will set the X coordinate to the top left margin and the Y coordinate to the current top margin. To send multiple lines to the print page, you must increment the Y coordinate, and you can add the height of a line to the previous Y coordinate to calculate to the next line's Y coordinate, thus advancing the page in a single or double or triple space manner, whatever is desired, depending on the value that you increase the Y or the vertical print position variable in this case. To summarize, the X coordinate is the horizontal distance across the line from the left edge of the paper, where the Y coordinate is the vertical distance from the top of the page. These measurements are in pixels.